What's up, guys?
And girls. Fake ass cough.
So today, I came across a video Cynthia hasn't seen, usually the theme. We watched a video on Netflix recently, a film called The Platform, which is a foreign film. I think it's Spanish, like from Spain. And it was
It was really weird.
very interesting.
It was good. I liked
It's
it.
a very interesting premise. It was very interesting premise, very interesting ending. But we couldn't help but discuss how we would get out of a situation like that. And it just so happens that this guy came out with a video, this channel Nerd Explains came out with a video called 6 Ways to Beat the Platform. So,
Our neighbors are really loud.
so,
It's 1 a.m. What are they doing?
right. So, gosh, we're going to watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
We're going to watch 6 Ways to Beat the Platform. Let's get into it.
The Platform is a movie about a vertical self-management center, which is a fancy way of saying a prison in the shape of a tower. It's not exactly a prison though, but we'll come back to that. The prisoners, residents, are placed 2 per level for 333 levels. At the core of the plot lies the platform, which is loaded with a king's feast worth of food every day. Enough to keep all 333 levels alive if rationed appropriately. The platform is then sent down through a hole in the center of the tower to the peasants, level by level, top to bottom. Every month, the residents are randomly placed on a different level. You could be at the top 1 month, the bottom the next month, or on the bottom 3 months in a row. As you can imagine, people at the top are respectful and humble and ration food for those below them. And those on the lower
So
level are
gross.
grateful and respectful to those below them as well.
Sarcasm.
Everyone on
Yeah.
all levels only takes what they need and are able to get enough calories and protein to survive for that month, as well as enjoy a respectable morsel of dessert foods. Just kidding. The VSC is a sadistic hellhole that extracts and emphasizes the worst aspects and temptations of human behavior. People who find themselves at the top give little shit for those below them, or a lot in some cases. They greedily consume as much as their bellies can hold
That was
and leave
so
no food or
gross.
dignity for those below them,
Yeah.
causing either suicide, starvation, or cannibalism. But why should they care for those below them, as the lower class has no recourse? They can't shit
She
upwards.
was really pretty.
The ones above won't listen.
Why?
Because I can't shit upwards, you see?
And when they had been on the lower levels, nobody spared them. So why should they spare those who didn't spare them? It's a vicious cycle derived from the VSC's rules. If you woke up tomorrow on floor 48 of the Tower of Terror, what would you do? What could you do? In this video on Nerd Explains, I'll tell you 6 ways to beat the platform. First, what are the
So epic.
VSC's
I know.
rules? You can bring 1 item into the VSC. It could be a knife, book, gun, rope, anything that could fit into a carry-on luggage bag. There's no TSA checkpoint before entering the Vertical Self-Management Center. You are randomly assigned to a floor level, and at the end of each month, the administration gasses you and you wake up at a new random level. You are randomly assigned cellmates, and unless your cellmate perishes, you stick with them when moving floors. If your cellmate just so happens to perish, you won't get a new one until the start of the next month. Food is served once per day on a table-sized concrete platform. It theoretically carries enough food for most levels if rationed correctly. If you try to hold or store any food after the platform moves to the next level, the administration will crank the thermostat knob in either direction, either freezing you or incinerating you. You can ride the platform down without consequence, but we're unsure about the ride up. Once the platform reaches the bottom, under level 333, it rockets back to the top. It would be a bad idea to try to catch a ride on it as it's going up.
Yeah.
I'd stand back if I were you.
Yeah, how did that
Besides
she was
all of the
already
above
on it at the
rules,
bottom.
pretty much anything goes, including murder and cannibalization. This is why you need to read the fine print before signing up for things. Okay,
Right.
so how do we beat this? Kill everyone else. If everybody's dead, there can't be a food shortage. Depending on how sociopathic you are or how long your sentence is, this could either be your first or last option. Actually, this is kind of what ended up happening when Goring and Baharat tried to enforce rationing.
They didn't kill everyone, they just knocked everyone out.
Yeah.
When lunchtime
fell
comes,
asleep,
hop
like,
on
towards
and
the end
ride
of
the
it, right?
platform down with sharpened pieces of bed frame. Every level you go down, you'll have to eliminate 2 people. Now, here's the deal. You can ride the platform down, but riding the platform up is risky, as you don't know if the platform tops out of the tower ceiling, turning you into a pancake. I'd avoid
Right.
riding up for now. So if you started on level 5 and killed everyone from 5 down to 333, where you currently reside for the month, you'll still get the same food as you would have on level 5, which isn't much of an improvement, but the next month, if you find yourself on level 200, there will be a lot less people above you eating the food, so you won't starve.
Unless
Now,
they
if
fill
the
more
VSC
people.
has a large
Yeah.
backlog of applicants, this will throw a giant wrench in the plan. Wait it out. If you only have a few months in the hole and you have some extra body fat, the probability of surviving and getting out is okay. Trying to buck this system will probably just end in your death. That said, the longer your sentence, the chances of death becomes extremely high. In the movie, it seems like the platform only stays for a few minutes before moving on, so all the calorie-dense foods are going to be gone quickly, as people will be rushing to stuff their face and get as many calories in as possible before the platform moves. If you are placed on floor
Really
111 or lower, you get almost no food. You effectively have only about a 30% chance of being placed on a level that gives you enough food to survive.
Right.
We know Goring volunteered for 6 months in exchange for a diploma, and Trimagasi had a 1-year sentence. If you have 6 months, that means 6 chances. The average male weighs 190 at 5'9" and about 20% body fat. Essential levels of body fat to survive is about 5%. That means the average person has about 25 pounds of fat, or about 90,000 calories they can live off without food. Considering that same male will burn around 2,000 calories every day just sitting around in their cell, this gives your average male 45 days without food. This means that if you are placed on level 111 or lower once, you could survive, but twice, you will starve. So 6 coin tosses. We need 5 tosses to land level 111 or above.
That's
As
low
2
chances.
tosses
Yeah.
below 111 and we are dead. The chances of us being placed above floor 111 for 5 out of 6 months is 1.09%. Looks like solution number 1 actually isn't so crazy. In Trimagasi's case, he had some extra weight, so let's say he could survive 3 months without food. He had a 12-month sentence, so he'd need 9 months above level 111. His chances of survival is 0.17%. Since he survived so long, I'd say he should go get some lotto tickets after he gets out.
Right.
But that's a hot hand fallacy, and he was stabbed to death. Ride the platform up. If you are too weak, old, or sick to perform solution number 1, and your sentence is longer than 3 months, so solution number 2 is out, then take the risk of being pancaked and ride the platform down, then back up. You could be murdered on the way down, but you don't really have many options here. Don't volunteer to do 6 months in a place that you know is called The Hole.
Right.
There
Right.
are references in the movie from characters having some knowledge about this facility and what it's called. Baharat brought rope, indicating that he knew the layout to some degree. Others brought guns and swords, indicating that they knew it was a dangerous place to be.
Right.
And if you didn't know much, or you couldn't verify the conditions that you'd be placed in, that's a bad sign. And if you know it's called The Hole, don't volunteer. Your diploma is not worth it. If you generally knew what The Hole was, and you were stupid enough to sign up anyways, or you were sentenced, What could you bring to help you survive your sentence?
What would you
Well,
bring?
a weapon would help with solution number one. Considering you'd potentially need to kill hundreds of people,
Some type
you'd
of, like-
probably want to pick a reusable weapon like a sword instead of a firearm, unless you could carry a bunch of ammo. If you could carry a 22 pistol with a brick of 500 to 1,000 rounds, which isn't that large in size, you could eliminate everyone in the VSC multiple times over. Food could help with solution number two, depending on how much you could bring, though you probably would not be able to bring enough food in a carry-on to help you survive
They
more
let
than
you
one
stuff the
extra
carry-on,
month.
but it was just
in a
one
6-month sentence, an extra month of
I would
food
bring a
would
weapon.
raise your chances of survival from 1% to 7%, which is actually pretty significant. Ropes, grappling hooks, extendable ladders, etc. are all dependent on people above you to work, which makes them ineffective. To be honest, I can't think of much you could bring in a carry-on that would help much. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. Climb up, but how? The chances
Poison.
that multiple levels of people would help you up
A
is
poison
insane.
spray.
Well, here's a possible idea.
You get on a high level,
Fashion a
you eat
rope
your
out
food,
of the
and you
bed
poison
sheets and
everybody.
clothes,
Every day.
and then tie a huge knot at the end. Once the platform is about to stop at the level above you, throw the rope up. It will get wedged at the top by the platform. The people above will be too preoccupied eating as much as they
That
can
is so
to notice.
gross.
Then climb
All
up the
that
rope
food on
with the
there.
weapon. Once the platform starts to lower, quickly climb on top of the platform and then jump to the level above you. Then kill those above, as they will probably be mad that they have to share food with you and will sabotage your strategy. Rinse and repeat for every floor above you. You do have to be within 30 floors of the top, because the platform only comes down once per day, and you have 30 days before being randomly assigned to a new
Tired.
floor.
That
If you do
requires
make it
you to
the
be
top
able
and then
to
they gas
make
you
sure
and
that the
place
rope
you back in
doesn't
the hole, just
fall
revisit
before you
solution
climb that
number
platform.
one. Those are my 6 potential solutions for how to beat the platform.
That's
Do you
that's
agree
some
or
Ninja
disagree
Warrior
with my
stuff though.
solution?
Like
Yeah.
you
Let
to
me
be
know
able
in
to
the
do something like
comments.
that.
All, yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe and make sure you always get the new videos coming out?
That was
I'll
pretty-
be doing more videos
that was pretty
on how
cool.
to survive and beat different
How to survive
situations
Bird Box,
like this
that's fun.
from
We should
movies and
watch that.
games. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
How to survive
cool.
Bird Box. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you guys think? If you haven't seen that movie Platform, you should see it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's really gross. It's weird, but yeah,
It's interesting.
it's interesting.
It's an interesting watch. Yeah. It'll definitely get you thinking like how can you beat the platform?
Yeah.
So, but let us know what you thought of the video in the comments. If you like the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We really appreciate it.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.